Today we are at Rosary Hill in Justice, Illinois. We're going to visit with Sister Margaret and the rest of the Dominican sisters. Sister Margaret's from Poland, and they remind me of the sisters that I discerned with myself. The Dominicans have a very joyful spirit. I'm not sure what exactly we're going to do today. I know we're going to go to morning prayer very soon. It's very early. We're going to spend the day with Sister Margaret and just kind of go through with her what her day is and get a chance to hear her story, which I'm very excited about.
Mm-hmm. How honest do I have to be? Like honest?
Yeah.
Okay. The one thing that is constant and just stable is prayer life. It simply has to be there. And we always begin the day with the prayers and the act of consecration of ourselves to God. So we begin the day with the prayers and we end the day with the prayers. Why is it so important? I think that when you talk about religious life, you really have to have in mind that our life is not about our ministry. Mm-hmm. Our life is much more about who we are as people.
And I started to become a teacher in this country here. Mm-hmm. I just love those little people.
She really does. They have a good question, so especially the 7th graders. They are asking, Sister, how old were you when you entered the community, and what was the most difficult to leave behind? Oh. So I said married life and having children, and the girls, oh yeah.
Why is she?
And then, as I went through high school, I was dating a guy that I thought he would be a great candidate, for my husband. We were planning to have a big family. Both of us wanted to be medical doctors, but it happened. It coincided, but that both of us were really discerning religious vocation. But in order to follow another path that God may be calling you, simply have to sacrifice something. And I think that this is how my family prepared me to make a sacrifice, where we lived still back in the communistic Poland. Mm-hmm. And in order to really be morally faithful to what they believed, mm-hmm. they very often had to make the choices that would put at a disadvantage our family or their career, or climbing a social ladder. So I knew that in order to be faithful to what you believe in, sometimes you have to sacrifice a lot. Hopefully it's the Holy Spirit. Pentecost is coming. The Pentecost is coming, yes. So this is how I really look at the community life. Nothing began with me, nothing's going hopefully to end with me.
Right.
It's this long chain of lives that are interwoven. Yep.
Sister Julia, come here.
We do the ordinary things of daily life. Sometimes we are sent to do extraordinary things, like preaching to thousands. But our life does not really constitute of doing great things. Right. This, the ordinary things, like day-to-day routine. Right. This is probably where holiness of every single vocation is achieved. The thing that is probably the most difficult, at least to me, is even though we do live in the community, mm-hmm. there is an element of solitude or loneliness in religious life. And I don't think it's specific only to religious life. I think it's in every single vocation, but it is present. The better you learn to cope with it, the more you invite God into your loneliness, the better off you are. But the one thing is that, again, it's for everyone. We are not going to be fulfilled otherwise unless we rest in God, as St. Augustine said. So it's the struggle that everybody has to go through. We can only see a little thing, a little scope of our lives, our happiness. God has the full-blown view of who we are to become in His plans. So I think to agree, to listen, and to understand, to absorb, and and assume as your own the plan that God has for your life, it's simply beautiful, and it will result in happiness.
The sisters were really neat. They were all very, very, very joy-filled. Sister Margaret, she has such a youthful, energetic spirit. She's just always wanting to pursue the truth and share it. And, you know, she's on a journey and she doesn't have it all figured out and she still struggles, but that's her vocation is meant to help her through the struggle. Her vocation is meant to be an avenue for her to struggle in and grow closer to God. My song is done, and the time I spent with Sister Margaret, I think really just, more than anything, affirmed the song, because I saw Sister Margaret in my song, and I don't know. I think it's definitely what I set out to say at the beginning of this journey. So I'm excited to share it.